think is art. It's style. It's a combination of what you think is stylish, what you think is artistic, what you think is creative, and how you use your creativity to create form. Fashion plays a very important role because it if you look at it at one level, it gives a woman, who I will now say a consumer, lot of options to choose from. She can decide what she wears and how she looks. It's all about your personality, and fashion gives her those many options. She might feel like wearing a t-shirt today. She might feel like wearing a kurta today. She might feel like wearing a blouse. It's a lot of choice, and as a fashion designer, you've got to realize that you are being able to give, in your own way, choices to hundreds and thousands and millions of women to dress. I wanted to become a fashion designer, I think, ever since I was about 14 or 15. Unfortunately, way back then, it wasn't considered a profession. In India, at least, there weren't any fashion designers. There weren't any institutes that were teaching fashion design. I don't know, I just wanted to be a designer ever since I was about 13, 14. I was very interested in color, fabrics, the way fabrics drape, and how the way you dress can transform the way you look. So I made a conscious effort, and I looked around for colleges and discovered SNDT, which had just started a fashion design course a few years ago, and enrolled in SNDT then. Creativity alone sometimes is not beneficial, because I think there are so many creative people who are sometimes not able to be able to translate those ideas into actual form. So to me, besides being creative, your communication skills have to be good. You have to be able to get along well with people, because this profession is not something like a painter or a sculptor where you work alone. A painter can be very creative and not have skills, communication skills, and that's all right, because he's painting alone. It's just him and his canvas. In fashion, it's a profession where all your ideas are actually translated into form by others. You're not actually physically embroidering or physically printing or physically dyeing or physically stitching that garment. You might be cutting it, or you might be sketching it. You are really directing a whole lot of people under you. It's to give shape to what you've conceived. So I think people's skills are extremely important. Communication is important, and creativity. To me, these two are very important to be a successful designer. For a lot of people who take up fashion design as a profession, there are a lot of jobs besides fashion design that today are desperately needed. Fashion communication, fashion marketing, fashion styling. I would say these three are very important. Fashion merchandising. All of them require you to have a sense of fashion. All of them require you to have done a course in fashion design, but specialize in your particular area. I would say communication, media, promotion, marketing, styling, costume designing. There are a lot of branches that you can take off to once you've taken up fashion designing. Once you've started that, you can decide accessories, designing accessories. All these, I think, have great potential. A lot of students come to me every year for advice. Should they take this up as a career? Should they not take this up as a career? Now, there are two very clear demarcations. Every woman is interested in fashion and style. Most women are. Now, you have to decide, are you interested in fashion and style just, because you like to dress well? Or is it a burning passion within you to, your head is bursting with ideas and you want to give form to those ideas? Do you want to take it up as a career? Can you imagine yourself day in and day out taking up fashion as a career? Is when you should take it up as a profession. Just a mere interest in fashion, because every woman has that, level of interest in, what's happening in fashion. That is not enough, because it is a career that's extremely demanding. that takes up a lot of your time. But again, if it is something you enjoy doing, if it's a passion with you, you're going to love it and you're going to enjoy the long hours, all the problems that go with this profession, because it might look really glamorous on the surface, but it's not very easy to put those ideas into actuality, because you might be able to sketch a sketch alone and you might imagine it in your mind by yourself, but you are dependent on a whole lot of people to make that happen. You're working with various people, so you have to understand that if you're taking it up as a profession, you have to know that nobody takes it up just for the glamour. The glamour is just a byproduct of this profession. I mean, it's just there, so it's there. But I don't think if you take it up because it's glamorous, you're not going to succeed, or I don't think you're going to be happy doing fashion design. I would say to any aspiring student who would like to take this up as a profession, yes, they must. Yes, I think the fashion industry is geared for a huge takeoff. Retailing has taken off in our country today. Everyone all over the country is fascinated, is wanting to dress stylishly, is wanting to understand fashion. And to me, that's very important. If every woman, whether she's in Baroda or Bareilly or Bombay, expresses a desire and a keenness to not just buy a garment to clothe herself, but wants to wear something stylish and begins to understand what fashion and style is all about. So I look at it as a huge, huge industry that's going to, just get really bigger and bigger. So I think there's place for a lot many people. It's a promising career, can be challenging, but at the same time extremely rewarding.